Hello, everyone, and welcome to the webinar. Today, our topic is 7 reasons not to automate with AI. And we are so excited that there are so many hundreds of you with us today. So happy to see so many people from all over the Europe and even from the USA with us. Welcome all.
So today we're going to talk about AI, but not how amazing it is. No. I'll leave that to the dreamers. AI is supposedly supposed to solve everything, predict the weather, drive our cars, cure all diseases, and now apparently it's automating invoice processing too. AI in finance, I say no thanks. So today I will give you 7 completely logical reasons not to automate your financial workflows with AI. And Tuomas here, he's going to try and convince us otherwise. Let's be honest, we all heard the pitch, AI will change everything. Okay, but some of us still have to hit our budgets and survive all the other ongoing projects. So before we dive in, we also wanted to let you know that there is a chat. Comment, ask questions, and we will be sure to answer them as we go along, as many as possible during the presentation. We'll also catch the last ones in the end of this. So, your presenters today is me. My business card says Chief Sales Officer, but today I will be the skeptic. And trust me, I have spent the last 24 hours really getting into character. I made sure I slept really bad. I skipped coffee this morning, and I purposely took a completely new route to the office, making sure I was stuck in traffic. And on the opposite side, we have our Chief Growth Officer, Tuomas, who is the believer.
Hey, folks, welcome. Everyone, I am Tuomas Haapsaari. I am the good cop today. And actually, I am an ex-cop or police officer, so this role should fit me quite good.
So before we get into the fun part, the 7 reasons not to automate with AI, here is a 30-second intro to who we are for those of you who are not familiar with Snowfox. So to start off with, we are a Nordic AI company. We were founded in 2018. We currently have offices in Stockholm, Helsinki, and London. And we are not new to this. We have been laser focused on one thing, and that is to use AI to automate invoice coding and routing. And we dare say that we are world leader. Today, we work with over 150 customers across 30 markets, and we handle nearly 20 million invoices every year. We have customers in every single industry you can think of. We're used to complexity, regulation, exceptions, all instances where you have accuracy, compliance, and trust that matter a lot. And recently, we were also named one of the fastest growing companies in the Nordics, tech companies, I might add. So throughout the years, we have seen and heard all the real world objections, and we really know finance automation in and out, and that's why we're here today. So let's get into it. Okay, Thomas, look, we have a system. We have rules, we have flows, we have built-in automation, and it works. Why on earth would I bring in AI to mess with it? The last thing I need is another layer doing something slightly smarter, but a whole lot more confusing. So I'm sorry, but let's not reinvent the wheel.
Okay, Toni, fair enough. Good first one. You have your invoice management system, and you've been doing a great job building invoice automation by creating thousands and thousands of automation rules, right? By the way, you must be the very first one ever that have achieved 100% automation with rules only. Well, jokes aside, I do have a few questions to ask you. And number one, What is your current invoice coding automation rate? Be honest. My guess is that your current invoice coding automation rate is between 15 to 30%, which means that 70 to 85% of your invoices are being coded manually. By coding, I mean selecting those GL accounts, cost centers, tax codes, projects, units, etc. And based on experience, you will reach max 30 to 35% automation with rules only. That is the reality. Question number 2. How many hours have you spent on building those rules? It must have been hundreds for sure. And number 3, how many hours are you still spending on maintaining and updating rules? Updating rules is a full-time work for someone. It is very time consuming and requires a lot of expertise. You know that. You must know. And number 4, how often do your rules even work correctly? Because most of the automation rules are supplier specific. For example, if a specific supplier is sending you an invoice, the rule will automatically suggest a predetermined coding, right? What if you are making different kind of purchases from the same supplier that needs to be coded differently? This one simple rule doesn't work anymore, and the coding template has to be replaced manually because it's wrong. It doesn't work. But by implementing AI on top of your existing automation, you will increase your automation rate up to over 90% immediately after the implementation. Next slide, please. If you are implementing a proper AI solution, it will start performing really well from day one. You don't need to wait for like 6 months or so. So immediate results. And AI also automatically improves its accuracy based on feedback loop and gets better day by day. Whereas your rules are just getting old and need to be updated, right? AI also builds all the automation autonomously. So you really don't have to spend hundreds of hours building and updating rules. You just give AI historical invoice and coding data, and it learns all the rules automatically. It couldn't get any easier. So maybe you want to ask yourself these 4 questions and think again, please, Toni.
Honestly, I don't really buy it. We have RPA in place. It's doing its job. It's automating repetitive tasks. It's following the rules we set up. It's reliable, and we know how it behaves. So why would I bring AI to do something different? It feels a bit like, we're trying to fix something that isn't broken. Plus, we have spent a lot of time setting this up.
Yeah, that I believe. You have spent a lot of time building it up. RPA is a great tool, but it works exactly like your API solution built-in rules with invoice automation. You have to set an exact rule, and RPA is just following that rule, right? For example, again, when a specific supplier sends you an invoice, RPA will automatically code the invoice the way you have configured it to code to. It doesn't understand exceptions, nor has it any intelligence. It just repeats what it was taught to do. That's RPA. Instead, AI is trained with historical data. In case of invoice automation, AI is trained with historical invoice and coding data. It automatically builds all the complex automation rules, like said before, directly from the data without any manually built rules. It also learns from mistakes and improves. So it's intelligent. For predictions, AI is using all the invoice data, even the line items, whereas RPA is typically only relying on 1 or 2 invoice data fields, such as supplier name or supplier code. And based on that, just copy pasting the exact predetermined coding. So RPA is like giving someone a recipe, which it follows, and it does it well. But Snowfox or other AI solutions like Snowfox is like giving someone a task and they solve it themselves by utilizing all the data available. Next.
Okay, I get it. AI is cool, but letting an algorithm make financial decisions. I mean, we're not talking about Spotify playlist recommendations. This is finance. It's sensitive. It has consequences. Not a chance I'm letting AI touch that.
Yep, completely understandable again. You, of course, want your invoices to be booked correctly. And I again have a couple of questions for you to ask. Number one, did you know that AI actually makes less mistakes than humans do? AI is basing all of its predictions on data. It's not guessing anything. It's calculating probabilities based on data. It doesn't have good or bad days. It seems like you have a pretty bad day today, but AI doesn't. It's always consistent. And number two, did you know that AI always indicates its confidence for each prediction? Confidence value is being used to control the process. If you click on the next one, Snowfox customers can easily configure prediction confidence thresholds to control which AI predictions to utilize and which ones not to. This means that AI has to be confident enough that its predictions are being utilized. All the invoices where AI has not been confident enough will be stopped at the accounts payable to be reviewed and double-checked. If, for example, cost center prediction is incorrect by AI, accounts payable will just replace it the correct value. So AI's confidence will improve automatically because of the feedback process mentioned earlier. So don't worry, AI is accurate, and when it's not confident, you are still in control.
Okay, sure. This might work for other companies, but we're an extremely complex organization. We have multiple legal entities, we have super intricate approval chains, we have exceptions to almost every rule. It's not plug and play, and it's definitely not AI ready.
Well, our customer base includes organizations that are extremely complex. Complexity for us means, let's say, multiple AP solutions, multiple ERPs, multiple countries, lots of legal entities, even different kind of coding practices per country, for example, etc. So very complex customers. And this is actually where AI is outperforming rules the best and needed the most. For complex organizations, it is almost impossible to build high invoice automation without the AI. Rules are very simple, as we know. AI is handling complexity really well due to its capability to process huge amount of data. So our last slide of this webinar will actually offer you a great opportunity to get real evidence if you need to be worried or not, but we'll get to that later. And maybe, Toni, can I take one question? We got a great question in the chat. So maybe we will quickly reply that and then continue. So there's a question for us. Hi, this is super interesting. However, since it's generative AI, the outputs can be different despite the same input. How can we ensure the consistency of the results? Let's say coding. Thank you for the question. I can reveal that we are not using generative AI for coding, invoice coding. It's more of machine learning, where actually AI is trained with inputs to learn. So AI is trained with historical invoice and coding data to learn how invoices has been coded in the past. And then it's predicting invoice coding for the new invoices, incoming new invoices. We have generative AI also within Snowfox, but the main thing is actually not based on generative AI, but really, really good one. And there is actually, to mention, there is public chat, and then there is Q&A. So if you want everyone else to see the question, use public chat. If you only want us to see the question, use Q&A. All right.
Listen, I've got to admit that what you're saying sounds a little bit interesting, but the world is what it is. The budget is tight. We have already spent heavily on our ERP and workflow tools. We need to prioritize, and we have already made our investments. I know there's a lot of chatter about AI, but hey, let's revisit this in 2026.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I have met a lot of companies that feel like that they have paid a lot, but are not still satisfied with their existing AP solution. But after implementing Snowfox, their satisfaction has greatly increased, actually. And I do have a couple of questions for you to ask again. First one is, how much does your manual purchase invoice process cost you at the moment? Do you know your numbers? The average cost for manual invoice coding is more than €5 per invoice, depending on the process, of course. So it's very costly. And the longer you wait without automating it, the more money you will lose for manual invoice processing. That's a real deal. And number two, do you want to save costs, improve your purchase to pay process, and eliminate manual invoice coding in your organization? Because you can actually. Snowfox AI solution is always an extension to your existing AP system or ERP, depending on where invoices are being handled. It's not replacing anything. It's not in conflict with your existing automation or existing AP solution, but it's helping you get rid of manual invoice handling and improving your existing system. Our business case can always, it always makes sense because we are only charging for increased automation. And our business case can easily be proven with numbers, of course. So do you want your employees to be happier at work? What we hear from our clients is that their employees are happier because they don't have to do so much of manual repetitive work anymore. So don't worry, we help you save money and make your employees happier at the same time. We are actually not a cost at all.
Our data is really sensitive. We have invoices, we have suppliers, we have internal codes. And this isn't just something we can throw into a cloud-based AI engine. We have security, we have GDPR, we have compliance, and those are all real concerns. And to be frank, I'm not interested in being the reason we end up in someone's audit. I'm not taking that risk. I'm sorry.
Yeah, highly understandable. This applies to all of our customers, actually. Security is fundamental to us. It has always been. We've been around since 2018, and we've been taking really good care of our security from the beginning. We are ISO 27001 certified and GDPR compliant, of course. And as you saw, some of our clients, we have a lot of customers that are very demanding regarding security. For example, municipalities, banks, states, even army forces. So no need to worry about that. We got you covered.
Hey, Thomas, I'll give you 10 points for trying, but the truth is we're all drowning in projects as it is, even if it's simple, not like we heard that before. Look, every department, they want their own rollout. And now this, we, and I personally don't have the energy nor the bandwidth to take on another IT implementation.
Yeah, we do hear that oftentimes. And after the implementation, our customers are actually quite surprised. Here's our implementation process. It takes between 3 to 8 weeks of calendar time, where you are only partly required. Number one, we have a kickoff meeting with our customer. It's around 2 hours. And then number two, we train our AI models with our customers' historical invoice data. Typically, we receive around 6 to 12 months of historical invoice data and coding data to train the AI models. And after AI is being trained, we connect our AI to customers' API solution using existing interfaces, APIs typically. We also have some collaboration with some API solutions where this implementation is automated. But if not, we connect using their existing interfaces. Number 3, after connecting, we have 2 end-to-end testing sessions with our customer to make sure everything is working as expected. And number 4, then we just go live and have so-called hypercare phase to make sure everything starts working well. So you are only needed in kickoff and testing sessions before going live. Not too bad, right?
Okay, Tuomas, a lot of talk. Seems like you have an answer for everything, but numbers don't lie. So what does it actually look like with your customers? Like, what proof points do you really have?
Alrighty, I'm happy to talk about numbers when it comes to AI results, and I have selected 3 cases for you. First one is PHM. PHM is a huge property management company operating in Northern Europe and UK, and they have tripled their invoice volume from 120K to 350,000 in annual received invoices since our implementation. And they haven't hired a single resource to their accounts payable team. And their AP team even told us that they are happier and not as busy as before the Snowfox implementation. Even they have tripled the volume. Next one is ISS. We all know this company, right? A global facility management company. And ISS implemented Snowfox a couple of years ago, and their ROI, return of investment, have been 318%. And Snowfox paid itself off in just 3 months after implementation. So not a bad investment, right? And then third one I have here is Landskrona. It's one of many municipalities we work with. And just to give you an example of instant results, their AI-based coding accuracy was over 91% just after 1 month of implementation and go live. So results immediately after go live.
All right, so I'm stepping out of my skeptic character, and we have a proposition for you. Finally. We can actually run a free of charge AI accuracy test with your company's historical data to see what it would look like if you were to run Snowfox today. Basically how AI could help you automate your invoice coding and routing. So this is really a great opportunity to get a glimpse of our AI capabilities with your own invoice data. And as Tuomas mentioned earlier, based on a test like that, it's very easy for us to build an investment case or business case for you to really motivate the investment. So get in touch, book a meeting with us by end of June. We still have a few slots for these tests in July and August. So first come, first served. And there are absolutely no strings attached to this. You're not committing to anything. And we have the results ready in only 3 weeks. And it's minimal effort from your side. We just need the data extraction with the historical invoices, basically 3 to 6 months of invoices. The only requirement we have is that you have at least 20,000 non-PO invoices per year. So a minimum of 20,000 non-PO invoices. Good. So do we have any final questions or comments? Feel free to throw them in the chat. We are pretty good on time, so we're going to give you at least 15 minutes back. Any questions or comments, feel free to write in the chat. But regardless, you have the contact details there. Feel free to send me an email, and don't hesitate if you have any questions. And this presentation recording will be sent to you after we hang up. Okay, no questions or comments. So thanks everyone for taking the time, and wishing you a super week, and we hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.